Hello everyone, my name is Clay and welcome to First Impact, the show where I take a first impression styled look at games after at least 2 hours of playtime. And I know, I can almost hear you going, a first impressions video on a JRPG? That seems bad. Well, have no fear. I played Yakuza 7 for 37 hours for the record. This game sadly just lost me after a while and I got burned out on it. That's why I'm referring to this as a first impressions video, even though I really reached the halfway point, give or take, of the game based on my research. And I'm sure you're asking now, well, why did the game burn you out? And I will get into that. But first, let's talk about the basic premise of the game. You are Ichiban Kasuga, a Yakuza of the Arakawa family in the Tojo clan, and January 1st, 2001 sees you taking the fall for a murder a captain in your clan committed. You end up in prison for 18 years, emerging into a very changed world for poor Ichiban. Events eventually lead you to put your flag down in the town of Ichinjo, and you begin to make a new name for yourself as a hero. And I'm not kidding. Ichiban is amazing as a character, a man who grew up in a soapland playing Dragon Quest all day. In fact, him playing Dragon Quest is the reason the entire game is turn-based and a JRPG, because that's apparently how he sees the world. I have to give props to the devs for going as far as to tie in the reason everything is turn-based and why the enemies are the way they are into Ichiban. The supporting cast is also great, by and large, and entertaining, and for me personally, this cast is the best of the Yakuza series. Sorry, I'm not really a fan of Kiryu and his stoic nature. Majima's good, but neither of them have the raw personality of Ichiban for me. The voice acting in this game is also great, both English and Japanese is available here, although I did turn it off for this video as there's a fair amount of it and I didn't really want it to jumble with my voice. There is an oddity with combat, however, as enemies still use Japanese voices when fighting, but the English voices are active for your party. Not sure why that is the way it is, but there you go. The music's alright as well, but most of the game has no soundtrack outside of the sounds of the city. Gameplay is a straightforward JRPG. You and your enemies take turns beating the crap out of each other. Thankfully, there is a clear way to see who is going next on the UI, and there is a little more variety in combat due to your characters using the environment as well as moving around during the fight. It feels very dynamic. One thing I didn't like personally was the use of quick time events during combat. Basically, for some attacks you either hit a button at just the right time, or you spam a button to increase your damage. However, this is buggy when playing on the PC at 60 FPS. The spamming option works fine, but the timing one is not correct. Hitting the button where you think you should is wrong, and you actually have to wait a bit longer. Karaoke has the same issue, by the way, with the button timing. If you limit your FPS to 30 though, the timing issues just go away. You can also turn off these button prompts in the options to force damage to be somewhat random, which is what I did. You can also customize your party through a job system, which you unlock at around the 12-hour mark. There is also the Pound Mates system, which you unlock after jobs, and Pound Mates are your summons. Here's my favorite. Behold, my crawfish friends! Beyond combat, you will have your side stories, which are your side quests, and a few minigames, such as a vocational school for quizzes, a Mario Kart-esque minigame, a theater, and a few others like the arcades. You will want to do the side quests, by the way, for sure, as they unlock new Pound Mates for one, as well as other features such as the minigames. Bullseye. And then there's Ichiban Confections, the real estate game. And the reason I think I burned out on this game. First, I found out that there is a party member that you can only access through the Ichiban Confections system, and I felt that I needed to at least unlock this party member to get the full experience of the game. Then I discovered that this system is the most effective way to earn actual money in this game. See, normal battles, you might get about 200 yen after finishing them, which is barely enough for most healing items. Weapons and gear, all of that stuff are in the thousands of yen. Never mind the food buffs from restaurants, which you will want, because those will do things like increase your XP gains and give you flat stat buffs. However, once you max out this real estate minigame, I can generate 3 million yen in 5 minutes. I timed it. And this means that money stops being an issue. Sounds great, right? It took me 6 straight hours to max out the real estate minigame. And it's the most boring, dull, spreadsheet-esque thing I have ever done in a video game. And it killed the game for me, I'm not gonna lie. Now, this entire issue of course is on me, no one made me do this. But the game also doesn't gate this in any way. Once you have access to Ichiban Confections, you can sit there and do nothing but this system, endlessly, until you go mad from it, like I did. The other major issue for me is the lack of variety. Despite playing for 37 hours, 31 of actual gameplay, 6 of it in that real estate minigame, God help me, I haven't left Ichinjo. I keep seeing the same types of enemies, the same areas, nothing varies, and I frankly have gotten bored of the scenery. Also, it took me this long to get the one grinding dungeon location in the game, which is a sewer populated by the same enemies I've already been fighting. Yay! Do you hear my enthusiasm? Overall, as much as I like the characters in Yakuza 7, the general lack of variety and my own burnout caused by that godforsaken real estate game has simply caused me to no longer want to play the game. I encourage you all to give this one a try, at least when it's on sale, but it's not for me, at least not right now. I tried hard, and no one can claim otherwise, but I'm done with this game. The game runs $60 on Steam at the moment, with DLC you can purchase as well. I got the one that included the extra jobs, for instance. Anyway, as always, I want to thank you all so very much for watching. If you like what I'm doing, please hit the like button, subscribe, as it really helps me out. And hey, be kind to each other, stay nerdy, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Take care.